up, everybody? It's your girl Cece with Where It Begins Magazine, and I have a special guest on the line with me today. I'm gonna let him introduce himself of who he is, what he does, and where he's from.
Hello, everybody. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here at Where It Begins Magazine. But my name is Jamar Langley, and I am an artist, singer, songwriter, musician, everything you can think about music, I am. And I'm from Andrews, South Carolina, but I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you. So what made you get into the music industry?
Honestly, it all started when I was younger. From my mom and dad. First seeing them sing, and my dad played guitar, and it kind of got into me at a younger age. So, I mean, as I grew up, and by the time I was like 11 or 12, that's when I kind of knew that, man, it would be really cool to be an artist one day at some point in life. So it didn't really hit me until I was about 19 or 20 that I really wanted to be in the music business. So really my journey started like in my teens, more so than anything, is when it hit me.
Okay, all right. Well, who are some of your music influencers?
The Bee Gees, Smokey Robinson, Otis. Oh goodness, Michael Jackson, Prince. You got Whitney Houston. You have Etta James and Ella Fitzgerald. All of the jazz greats, and you have the rock greats like AC/DC, U2, Coldplay. It's like I kind of snatched things from over time. I've kind of picked from different genres, so I'm very well versed. So I would say a lot of artists have influenced me over the years to kind of project a certain sound, and use it in a certain way or in a certain context.
Yes. And you picked all the great artists from back in the day, like Whitney and Michael. Yes.
Yeah.
But I definitely can't wait to get into this. How did you become a contestant to be on The Voice? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, Cece. So so I had just resigned, kind of retired from playing in church. I've been playing in church for about 16 years, playing bass guitar. And it was about 2 months later that I received a message on Instagram, and it was in my spam folder. And the person really asked me, did I want to audition for The Voice? So I was like, oh man, is this real? Is this for real happening? So long story short, we exchanged emails. I got into email with her. We exchanged phone numbers. And then from the phone number, I got on a Zoom screening call. So I'm very well versed with Zoom. I've been on Zooms, I feel like, for the last year, which is cool. It's great. It's a great experience. But we got on Zoom. I got a screening. And then next thing you know, I'm on Zoom calls with about 115 other people for The Voice. And even through that process, I witnessed people like not make it through the Zoom calls. And some people didn't quite make it to LA. So I'm very grateful that I was able to continue through, because I saw a lot of people kind of their journeys kind of ended after, for whatever reason, ended after the Zoom calls. So it was amazing to keep going.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. And I was going to ask you, how was it with Chance the Rapper, being a mentor and him being on there with you?
Man, Chance is a very creative person. I mean, that's why I chose him, from a creative aspect, being able to pull from him a little bit, because I know, we kind of musically, he's well versed like me. He listens to a lot of things. So and I think a lot of people really don't know that about him. But honestly, musically, he is very well versed. His music catalog is very vast. So, and same with me. So I just felt like there was gonna be a connection there. Then I love to perform. I love showmanship. He same as well. So working with him was easy. Once he got to know me, he realized that I could pretty much just kind of come up with the sets on my own. But of course, I'm looking at him at the same time, hey man, any wisdom, anything you got that I could change, dabble in. And, we kind of worked it out that way. And so every performance, we had like a taste of each other in each performance. So we kind of bounced ideas a lot, which was very cool, which also proved to me that, man, like over the years, I've become very experienced in performing and arranging and, like musicality. And it was just all around just a great thing to just work with him.
Well, that's good. Um, that's really a good thing, and then like you said, he's diverse and his music is awesome. I love it. And I love it for you too. I do. But yes. What's next for you? What's the next big thing for you?
So the next big thing is next Friday, which is June 30th, I'll be releasing my single, which is called Far From Paradise. So yeah, look out for that. June 30th. I'm excited. That's the next big thing that's going on. And I just can't wait to release it. And after that, I think I know eventually I'm going to release a project, but I think I'm probably going to release another single after that one, and then probably drop the project. And I'm also going back home in the end of October to perform for my hometown. So like I'm going to put on a big show and hopefully invite some of my friends and just really put on a great show for the hometown. Yeah, so a lot of great things happening. Awesome.
I want to go back to the single. What's the motivation behind this single, that's coming out next week?
Really just love. Love is always the motivation. I've seen my moms and dad be married for, they've been married for 53. Of course, I didn't see all those years, but I got to see 30 of them. But just the ups and downs of love. Far From Paradise is a song that just talks about being far away from the person you love and just really trying everything you have to do to get to that person. And I just can't wait to release it. It's very much a message song, and it's gonna correlate with those that feel like that.
Okay, yeah. All right.
You're gonna love it.
I know I am. I can't wait. I'm excited to hear it for next week. But I want to go into challenges. What has been like the biggest challenge or hurdle that you had to go through to get to where you are today?
Understanding that my failures don't mean the end and that you can learn and grow from them. I mean, because the journey from, growing up in a small town, I didn't have access to music things when I grew up. I just knew I loved to sing. So most of my rehearsals was outside with my cousins walking around and we just singing around, thinking we Boys and Men and thinking we all these groups like New Edition. Like that was literally my practice ground before I ever got to a studio or knew what it was to record yourself. And throughout that, as far as like, growing up, just the challenge was getting to starting the process. That's like the biggest challenge. So when I moved to Atlanta, with hopes of things happening fast, I ran into multiple things, bad contracts, not people most of the times, not being in the rooms where I think, where I felt like I deserved to be in, where it was like I could show my talent on like in a major way. But it's like I'm being put on like smaller things, smaller projects, and just really working with people who weren't as motivated or as passionate as me. And it's just multiple failure after failure after failure after failure. But one thing I learned through that is to, one, just pray and trust God through all of that. I mean, that's been my main thing throughout life. And secondly, just really turning those failures into wins. And that's not an overnight thing. That's something you have to learn how to do because, sometimes seeing others kind of go ahead of you and seeing others really catapult, and then you're still here like, man, like, hey, it can get to you. So really just working through the failures. But now I'm happy that the failures happened because once I got to The Voice and went through the process, I had already done videos, I'd done interviews. I've already been like experienced in everything music and showmanship and stage presence and, singing words in a particular way, tonality, all of these fancy words and that you use in singing. Like I was already well versed, so I couldn't have gone to The Voice at a better time. So one of my biggest things was like the failure part actually made me into like a workaholic, someone that wants to do it. That it kind of increased my passion a whole lot. So I'm just grateful for it, to be honest.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I love that. But you tell me about your challenges. Let's talk about your accomplishment. What has been the biggest accomplishment for you so far in your career?
Well, so far, my biggest accomplishment has been like singing with Chance, because I went to the playoffs and, unfortunately, I wasn't chosen to go to the lives for whatever reason. Everyone was all mad. But Chance brought me back to LA to perform with him for one of his songs. And I feel like that was a moment where I came back as an artist. I wasn't a contestant anymore. I came back as Jamar Langley, the artist, and to perform alongside with him, and also even get to play guitar on a song of his that actually won a Grammy from an album that won a Grammy back in 2013. That was one of the biggest moments right there. To come back to a show that I just left like 2 weeks ago, and literally I'm performing live with Chance on the same show. That's so huge, and it's really unheard of, to be honest. And it was like a historical moment because no other contestant or contestants, because there were 3 of us, really had the opportunity to go back and do something like that. So that was to date my biggest moment.
Okay, all right. And again, congratulations. But I gotta ask this: do you have a name for your guitar?
You know what? I've been back and forth with that guitar. I mean, I'll call it Bella Bean. I'll call it Bella. I'll call it my little princess, my bad girl. Like, it's just so many names that comes to mind. And it depends on really most times what I'm playing. I feel like when I'm in like when I sung like Thriller's Gone, I feel like, my bad girl came out because, the guitar gave like a more of an aggressive sound. So she sounded aggressive. And a song like Cruising, it's like this Bella Bean right there. That's my little princess. We're playing together. So she has multiple names. So if I had to name her, she would be Princess Bella Bean, Bad Girl Langley.
Okay. But tell me, what's one fun fact about yourself?
One fun fact about me is a lot of people don't know this, but I love to dance when it comes to parties. My wife didn't even know that. We just went on a 7-day cruise, and she was so surprised. She was like, "Wait, I knew you like to have fun, but geez," because we were going to a little club every night, and I was like, "Let's go, babe. What time? 12 o'clock. Let's go." And, hold on, wait, what is this coming from? But I'm like, it's just I just love to have fun, and that's a fun fact about me. I love to dance. It doesn't take me. I don't have to be intoxicated. I don't have to be, nothing against that stuff. Do what you do, but like I don't have to be, high or intoxicated for the fun to come out of me. I think the fact that I just love the fact that I'm still living and breathing to do what I love. I don't know. That's just a fun fact about me. I just love to dance. I have a few more facts too. I play pool as well. I'm a pool shark for all of you that don't know. And I also love to fish. So those are some fun facts about me. Like, yeah.
All right. Well, it's time to go into my fun fact questions. I only got 2 fun fact questions for you.
All right.
But before I go into my fun fact questions, shout out your social media where everybody can follow you.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Jamar Langley Music. You can follow me on Facebook at Jamar Langley Music as well. I also have Jamar Langley, my personal page. That's still up. I just like to interact with people. You can follow me on TikTok TikTok, Jamar Langley Music. And on Twitter as well at Jamar_Langley. Follow me, connect with me, y'all. Let's go up together.
Y'all heard it from him. Y'all make sure to follow him. Okay, for my first question, I always love to ask this question because it's always different answers with everybody that I interview. But if you could trade places with one person for one day, who would you choose and why did you choose that person?
One person for one day that I would trade places with. let's think about these people out here. First of all, okay, for one day, honestly, I would trade places with LeBron James, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because first of all, I grew up playing basketball. You know, that was like one of my first loves, other than singing. I've always wanted to play. So for one day, I would just love to trade places with him to play on the Lakers. You know, even if it's for one quarter, but I just want to go and play professional for one day. That's it. That's what I would do that one day.
All right. So then my second question is gonna be more of your music. If you could describe yourself with three of your songs, what three songs would that be?
Now we talking coming up or
it could be coming up or ones you already have, just three of your songs. Okay. What would they be and why did you choose those songs?
Okay, my first choice, and this was okay, so all right. I had to, because it's like 5, 6 that came to mind. So my first choice was When the Smoke Clears. And reason being is because I feel like it's a simple song with a simple message, but the power behind the lyrics and the smooth tonality and just the way I'm delivering it is really kind of like what my personality is on a daily basis. I feel like I could I give powerful messages, but in a way that, you know, I don't have to yell. I'm just smooth, and that song is like really, it really embodies me to the core of who I am. Like, you know, I'm approachable, but I'm teachable. And when I open my mouth, there's going to be some wisdom out of there, and hopefully you get it. And at the same time, I don't have to drill it into you. It's gonna come out very smooth. So that's what I would pick. When the Smoke Clears. My next song would probably be, okay, now I'm stuck on this. I'm stuck on the In My Dreams album, but it's all good. So my next song would probably be In My Dreams.
In My Dreams.
In My Dreams, yeah. And, you know, honestly, personality wise, we all have things that we think about. And the song really embodies the mind of thinking. Really, the whole song is really written as like if you're asleep and you're kind of, everything's running through your mind like while you're asleep, almost like the Matrix, so to speak. And so that speaks to my personality in ways of the way I think. You know, I am an out of the box thinker. Sometimes, you know, it's not a fitting way to be, because, you know, I write kind of out of the box too. So the message is not always so direct, but it's me. And it's just, I can't help how I am. So that embodies my ability to really think outside of the box and to really be different and to really not care who says what about me being different. So In My Dreams will be my second choice. And my third choice would be Far From Paradise. And again, because I'm promoting it and it comes out June the 30th, everybody. All right. Yes, get ready. But no, Far From Paradise, you know, the words say many moons, many stars, many galaxies. Still know you inside. Like that's the first few words. You see you shaking your head like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna listen to that. So it's just, it talks about the journey. And when I relate that to my personality, the journey is me. Like that's something I can't even escape. Like my whole music career has been a journey. My whole being has been built through the journey that it took to get to this moment where I'm talking to Where It Begins magazine. You know, like it's the journey. And that song really just speaks a journey of love. But when you really think about the lyrics and really think about what's going on in the song, you know, you're searching for love. Not everybody's searching for something. It may not be love. It may be your passion. It may be your career. It may be your next step for the next day. It may be searching for some energy to move again because you may just be that down. But I chose that song because, you know, like the journey. Simply put, the journey.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's my motto too. Where it begins, it all starts with you is the motto. It starts because everybody has a journey, a story, and a testimony to share. So that's my motto. So I like that when you say that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. But before we get off, what is one message you would like to tell your fans right now?
One message I would like to give to my fans is remain yourself, because I know that we're in a world where the cookie cutter and trying to fast track it and do it like this person so you could make it fast. You know, it seems like it working, but like you always got to think about the back end when the smoke clears. I'm gonna throw that in there. When the smoke does clear and all of that stuff subsides, like you don't want to be there and like not have an identity. Like just be who you are, and the right amount of people, the right fans, the right people that adore you, that look up to you, will come. So just be yourself. I'm me, mistakes and all, and I love it. Mm-hmm.
Amen. Amen. I love it. I love it. But I definitely want to say thanks for interviewing with me today. It's been a pleasure to get to know you, and I can't wait till next week to hear the new single. And yes, you got a fan here with me.
I'm so thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Well, you have a blessed day and you be safe. And again, thanks for being on our platform.
CC, thank you. Shout out to Where It Begins Magazine. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure.
Amen.